You know how pretty much every app and website wants your phone number these days? It feels like you can't sign up for anything without handing it over. But what if you don't want to? Well, today we're going to walk through a super simple way to get a second number just for those app verifications so you can keep your personal number, well, personal. Let's jump right in. So, here's the scenario, and I'm guessing this sounds pretty familiar. You're trying to sign up for a new app, maybe a social media account, and boom, it asks for your phone number. If you've ever paused for a second thinking, do I really want to give this out? Then you are in the right place. We're about to look at a tool that solves this exact problem. All right, first things first, let's talk about our main tool for the job. We're going to be using an app called TextNow to create a private secondary number. For our purposes, its main job is to catch those verification codes that so many apps send out. Now, we're focusing on TextNow because it's easy and it's out there, but just a quick heads up, every once in a while a service might block these kinds of numbers. But honestly, for the vast majority of apps, it works like a charm. Okay, so at the very heart of this whole thing is something called an OTP, or a one-time password. As you can see, it's just a fancy name for that unique code an app texts you to prove you're really you. The big idea here is that instead of that code going to your personal phone, we're going to have it sent to our new TextNow number. It's a really simple switch, but it makes all the difference. So let's move on and see how this all comes together in a ridiculously simple process. I like to call this the three-step verification loop, and for good reason. Once you get it down, you can use it just about anywhere. And check this out. This is just how easy that loop is. Step 1, you punch your TextNow number into whatever app you're signing up for. Step 2, you hop over to the TextNow app where that OTP code will be waiting for you, just copy it. And step 3, pop right back into the first app and paste the code in. That's it. Seriously, you're in. And you can see right here how this exact same loop works for some of the biggest apps on the planet, like WhatsApp and Telegram. The process doesn't change one bit. It's the same simple pattern, over and over again. And that's what makes this whole method so incredibly useful. Okay, so we've got your messaging apps covered, but the usefulness of this does not stop there. Not even close. So let's explore all the other places you can put your new private number to work. Really, the sky's the limit here. Setting up a new Facebook or Instagram account? Yep, use your TextNow number. Trying out some random new app you're not totally sure about yet? Perfect. You can even use it for things like freelancing platforms to keep your work and personal life separate. Basically, if an online service asks for an OTP, this is your new go-to solution. Now, this next bit is absolutely crucial to making sure this works every time. This is not a set it and forget it kind of thing. You've got to keep that TextNow app active. Think of it like this. If you want to get your mail, you have to have a mailbox, right? Same idea. If the app isn't active, that verification code might never show up. And that actually brings us perfectly to our fourth section. Just a few key tips to make sure this whole process goes off without a hitch every single time. These are your 4 golden rules. First, always keep the app updated. You don't want some weird bug getting in the way. Second, you need a decent internet connection so the code can get to you fast. Third, and this is a huge security tip, never, ever share your OTP with anyone. And finally, the most important rule of all, which is so important it gets its own slide. And here it is, the number 1 rule. You have to log into TextNow at least once a week. If you don't, the service might think the number is inactive and they could take it back. So just set a reminder on your phone, make it a little weekly habit. All you have to do is open the app. That's all it takes to keep your private number yours. So let's wrap this up and take stock of what you've just added to your digital privacy toolkit. What this all means is that you now have a powerful, simple, and repeatable method to verify pretty much any online account you want, all while keeping your actual primary phone number totally safe and private. You've basically just built a digital firewall between your personal life and all those services demanding your info. So I'll just leave you with this question to think about. In a world where our phone numbers are tied to just about everything we do online, is having a second private number really just a luxury? Or has it actually become a necessity? It's definitely something worth considering. Thanks for tuning in.